this video, we're gonna learn how to make socks. Socks are easy to make. It looks complicated, but actually it's very easy. So if you follow this video, you will make a very cute socks. So as you can see, you can knit with just this one color or multiple colors. So you can do 2 colors, even 3 and 4. Depends on your mood, you can pick colors, as many colors as you want. And you can also make rib stitch or stockinette. It depends on what kind of socks you want to make. You can make many different variations of socks. First, we start from cuff, so you cast on stitches. Depends on the patterns. It will show how many stitches you need to cast on. You're gonna need a ball of yarn and needles. Here we use loopymango dream yarn. It's worsted weight and merino wool. So we use a circular needle. Some people use the DPN, double pointed needle, but we find circular needle is much easier, and we'll show you how. So here we cast on 40 stitches, so you can use any casting on method. So we do easiest cast on stitch here. If you want to learn how to cast on, we have a separate video. If you go to loopymango.com, you will have video tutorials. This is called cast on. After casting on, make sure you count the stitches, so number of stitches the pattern says. And although this socks is knitted in a round, first row it's easier just to knit in a flat. So you don't have to connect the end. So first row, just knit stitch. So after knitting one row, you will connect the end and start knitting in a round. But first row, we just knit in flat. So we needed one row. Now we connect in a circle. So you kind of divide it into 2 stitches, like half and half. And we're gonna use called magic loop. So you put some stitches, one needle, and few stitches on the other. Make sure you don't twist, so all stitches are lined up, and then you knit to connect. So you knit first stitch. Now you're in a round. Now you don't have to worry about it. So in this pattern, we're gonna use just a simple stockinette stitch, which is just knit. So when you knit in a round, just all knit, it become a stockinette. So we're gonna knit the cup about few inches or whatever length you want to be. So you keep knitting. So it look like this part is the cup, beginning of the socks. So So now it looks like this probably. It's cuff. Now we're going into heel flip. So we knit in a round, but from now on we're gonna knit flat. So we divide into two, so 20 stitches and 20 stitches on the back. So we're gonna only work for 20 stitches. So if you want to change the color, now it's time to change the color. When you change the color, you can simply cut the yarn and join a new color. Or if you wanna use the same color, you can just keep going. So here we can only use 20 stitches and knit one row knit on one row per. So leave rest of them on the cable and just use first 20 stitches. So knit 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 and then turn the work per 20 stitches. So we need first 20 stitches. Now turn the work. So now start purling. So here, so we clean up a little bit and purl. For 20 stitches. Keep knitting until it's about 2.5 inches long. So we finished the cuff. Now we did heel flip, flat knit for about 2.5 inches long. And make sure you finish with knit row. So here we did rib stitch, but we are doing stockinette, so we just knit, but the sample is rib stitch, so don't be confused. But it essentially it's the same, depends on the design, you use different stitches. Now we've done the heel flip. Now we're making shape. So make sure you finish with knit row and then start with purl row. First we purl 12 stitches here. So purl 12 stitches. We purl 12 stitches. You see we have 8 stitches left on the left hand needle. Now we purl together, purl 2 together, and purl 1. So leave 5 stitches on the left hand needle, and now we turn the work. So here it's easier to put a place marker, and you slip first stitch purlwise and knit 5 stitches. 5, and we have 8 stitches on the needle, and knit 2 together and knit 1. So we have 5 stitches on your left hand needle, so same as the other side, and turn the work and place a place marker. In the slip first stitch purlwise and purl 1 stitch before the stitch marker. So purl 1 stitch before stitch marker, and we're gonna take the stitch marker off here, put it back, and then purl 2 together and purl 1 stitch, and 3 stitches on the needle, and put the place marker back and slip the first stitch and knit 1 stitch before the stitch marker again. So 1 stitch before the stitch marker. See, and take the stitch marker out and knit 2 together and knit 1. Leave 3 stitches on the needle, like same as the other side, and put the stitch marker back and turn the work again. So keep this process. Slip 1 stitch purlwise and purl to last 1 stitch before the stitch marker, and then purl 2 together, purl 1. So just a few rows. So 1 stitch before stitch marker, take the stitch marker out, purl 2 together, purl 1, leave 1 stitch on the needle, and put the stitch marker back, turn the work, same, and slip 1 stitch purlwise and knit to last 1 stitch before the stitch marker. We are almost there. So now take the stitch marker out and knit 2 together, knit 1, leave 1 stitch on the needle like the other side, and turn the work, slip 1 stitch purlwise and keep purling, purl the last stitch, and this time just purl together at the end. Here at the end, purl 2 together and turn the work. So we finish up the last off, slip 1, knit, 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 2 last stitch and knit it together. So we have knitted cuff and the heel flip and the gusset. So if you want to change the color, right now is the time. So here you cut the yarn, simply join the new color. We're using the polar bear here. And so you just tie it and you weave in later. So we don't turn the work here, you keep going, but we're picking up the 11 stitches on one side and 11 stitches on the other side. So there is no rules, you just pick up 11 stitches, evenly spaced it out. Through the alongside one side and the other side. So you use same needle and pick up the stitches. So 2 legs, under 2 legs, pick up the stitch if you need, insert the needle, yarn over, pick up the stitch. So we do 11 of them. 3, 4, see the legs, 5, 6. To even out, if you have to skip stitches, you should do that. Few more stitches here, so picking up legs and almost there. One more stitch. So at this point we're gonna put one stitch marker. So this is the bottom of the foot. We're gonna keep knitting the 20 stitches we were holding on a wire. So it depends on the pattern. You can do 1 by 1 rib, or if pattern says stockinette, you're just gonna knit. So now we are picking up 11 stitches on the other side. So insert the needle and yarn over, knit, pick up. So 11 stitches, so we even up. So far we need 11, pick up 11 stitches and knit 20 stitches. Now we're picking 11 more stitches. 11, knit, insert the needle, yarn over, pick up. That's pick up the stitches. Easy. Now we have 11 stitches here, and then we need 6 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is gonna be your new beginning, so we place the marker here. You use either different colors of different size of stitch marker, so you know where is the beginning. So now we are knit in a circle again and around. So this is gonna be main foot part. So knit. So this is done in a stockinette stitch. So we're gonna just knit. Show you. That is the heel clip and gusset. Cuff is done. Now we're gonna have some reducing. So we're gonna knit until 3 stitches before the first stitch marker. Just a simple knit stitch. 3 stitches before the first stitch marker. Then we're gonna reduce 1 stitch by using knit two together, which is right lining decrease. So 3 stitches before the stitch marker. Now we knit 2 together and knit 1 and move the stitch marker and knit 20 stitches. So you keep knitting. Keep knitting, knit, knit, knit. Then we move the stitch marker and knit 1 stitch, and we can do SSK, which means slip, slip, knit. So we have 1 decrease here. It's very tight, so you have to move around your needle and do it over. Slip, slip, and use your point, the end of your needle, and knit together. So this is SSK, slip, slip, knit, and then knit to end. So we reduced 2 stitches, so we're gonna knit the rest. So now knit to last, knit to end. So we reduced 2 stitches, and I'm gonna knit the rest, and next round we're just gonna knit all the stitches, just like a regular round. So we're gonna repeat these 2 rows, 1 row reduce, 1 row regular knit. So knit one round. So reduce until total of 40 stitches. So repeat last 2 rows. It will look like this. 20 stitches, 10 stitches, 10 stitches. So total of 40 stitches. Then you stop, reduce, and keep knitting in a round. So it could depend on the pattern, can be stockinette or 1 by 1 rib or pattern. So just follow the pattern. But this point you stop, reduce, decreasing, and keep knitting. So you keep knitting in around 40 stitches. About the foot length became 5.5 inches. That's for most adult size, but at this point you can try on and leave the top part. So if someone has a bigger foot, you should keep knitting. And most of adult can fit like 5.5 inch long foot, and it's also stretchy. So now we're going to toe part. This is almost last part. We're shaping the toe. So if you wanna use different color, this is the where you change the color of the yarn. So you just simply cut and connect the new color. Now it's shaping the toe. So here, I'm going to show you how to reduce both sides. So we use new color of yarn and knit one. So one or more round toe instead of pointed. So I knit first 2 rows, just the same as 40 stitches we knitted before we shaping and reducing. We just keep knitting 2 rounds. So now we're gonna decrease. So we need first stitch, first knit, and we do SSK, slip, slip, knit. This is left leaning decrease. So knit 2, 3 stitches before the second stitch marker. So 3 stitches before the stitch marker. Yeah, 3 stitches before the stitch marker. Now we knit 2 together and knit 1. It's hard to do it. Just wiggle and knit and move the stitch marker, and we have a decrease here too. So knit 1, slip, slip, knit. Just knit 1 and slip, slip, knit. Okay, just have to move around. And then knit 2 last 3 stitches before the stitch marker again. Tight here. This knit, decrease 2 stitches one side and 2 stitches the other side. So you're gonna decrease 4 stitches total. So now knit two together and knit one. So next round you just knit regularly, without decreasing. So clean up here, move the stitch marker. So this row we just knit regular. So one row decrease, one row regular. So repeat 2 rounds. Okay, we reduce stitches total of 20. So 10 stitches and 10 stitches. So total of 20. We repeat these 2 rows. One row, one round decrease, one round regular. So we done decrease. We have 10 stitches on the needle. So now we seam the edge using Kitchener stitch. So you cut the yarn about 10 inch long and put the tapestry needle on. So here we're gonna use Kitchener stitch. So you insert a tapestry needle. So the yarn is attached to the back, and you're gonna start from front stitch. So you purl, like insert the needle as if you purl and leave the stitch on the needle. Still stitch is on the needle, and you go back in the back and you insert the needle as if you knit and leave it on. So stitches are still on the needle. Now you come back to the front and you insert the needle as if you knit and take it out and insert the needle purlwise and leave it on, and go back and purl, take it out, like knit, leave it on. So one stitch you take out of the needle and one leave it on. So now you come back to front, and as if you knit, take it out, and as if you purl and leave it on, and go back to the back. Now you purl, take it out, and knit, leave it on. So you repeat this process to the end. So this way you have a seamless end. You knit, take it out, purl, leave it on. Not really purling, but like back, purl, take it out, as if you knit, leave it on. So we can skip up to So last stitch, you need take it out, purl take it out. Now you're done. So you can put this, voila, no seam, seamless. Now you put the needle inside. Now you're done, and you weave in. Okay, now we have finished a sock. Now you have to knit the other side. Now you have a cute sock. So this is how we make sock. Cute, cute, cute.